Hey everybody, so the next data display we are going to look at is a box and whisker plot. Last time we talked about stem and leaf plots, right? Now we're going to check out a box and whisker plot and learn and practice all about them. So what is a box and whisker plot? It's used to display 5 special data points along a number line. These data points are very familiar to us, so this is going to be pretty easy for us. These numbers are called the 5-number summary. They're super important. Box and whisker plots do not contain the original data points. They just show the 5-number summary. So that's really important to note. If you see a number in the 5-number summary, it might not be a number in your data set. So like if our data set, for example, was like 1, 3, 3, 6, 10, 20, I mean, even notice our median is going to be 4.5. And so that's going to be in our 5-number summary, but 4.5 isn't a number in our data set. So that's really important to remember, okay? So let's jot down what is the 5-number summary here. The first number is the minimum. And so then we're going to have the maximum at the end. And I want this to be familiar for us. So if we cut that in half, right in the middle, we're going to have the median. Nothing new here, guys. If we cut the first half of the data in half, we've got quartile 1. We call that Q1. And then if we cut the second half of the data, we've got quartile 3. This is familiar to us. Just so we know, the median is called quartile 2, and the maximum is called quartile 4. We don't usually use these ones that are starred. We usually call them the median and the maximum, but just so we know, it is a way to call the data there. Okay, so each whisker, this is what one looks like. You can see it literally has a box in the middle and then whiskers on the side. Each whisker represents 25% of the data, no matter how big or small the whisker is. So just so you kind of get an idea, if this was a box and whisker plot, notice how one whisker is longer than the other. That still means 25% of the data is here and 25% of the data is here. Doesn't matter if they're equal. All it just means they're more spread out, right? The range of those numbers are still spread out. This could be like 2 numbers over here and 2 numbers over here, which could be 25% of the data. The longer one just means it's more spread out. The range would be bigger. So the box represents 50% of the data values. And so we can label that in this box and whisker, 25% of the data, 25% of the data, 25% of the data, and 25% of the data is in each of those quarters. So how do we make a box and whisker plot? We find the 5-number summary. We draw a number line, so we need a number line. And we have the minimum and the maximum, and then we plot those 5 numbers, okay? So let's just remember that as we go practice plotting, making one. Okay, so we've got a set of data here. We need to find the 5-number summary and then make a box and whisker plot. So let's first, as always, order the data from least to greatest. So we've got the smallest is 18. Then I've got 22. Then I've got 25, 24, 25, 25, 25, 3 25s, 27, 28, and then 3 30s. Perfect. Okay, so now we can find our 5-number summary. Here's our 5 numbers. The minimum, that's easy, 18. The maximum, we've got 30. And then let's cut that in half to find the median. I'm going to underline them so we can keep these numbers visible side to side. Right in the middle here, that's 25 is our median. And now we're going to find the Q1 and Q3 by finding the median of the first half. Get a different color here. Cross them out again, side to side. Right in the middle here, we're going to get 23. Sorry, that's very hard to see. And then let's do the same with the second half. Cross them off. Right in the middle, we will get 29. Okay, so now we're going to plot these points. So we start, there's our number line. We start with the minimum. And we do this above the number line. We don't do it on. Minimum, the maximum. And then we're going to make points everywhere else. So we've got the Q1, the median, and Q3. And then we make our whiskers. And then we make a box around the middle 50% of the data. Okay, and there's our box and whisker plot. And you can see 25% of the numbers are here. 25 is here, 25 is here, 25 is here. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 numbers. So 12 numbers, if I divide by that by 4 for different quarters, I've got 3 numbers. So 3 numbers are here, 3 numbers are here, 3 numbers are here, and 3 numbers are here. It just depends how spread out they are. And we can see that makes sense. These last 3 numbers are all the same. So that's why this whisker is really short. These last 3 numbers are more spread out. There's still 3 numbers from the starting to the stopping, just depends how spread out they are. Okay, so now let's use the box and whisker plot to answer these questions. So what is the range? Range, we know the max is at 300, and we know the min is at 160. So my range is going to be at 140. The IQR, we know the Q3 is 280. 220 is our Q1. So my IQR is 60. What percent of the data is between 160 and 280? Remember, each is 25%, so there's 3 of them. So I've got 75%. What percent of the data is between 280 and 300? That's just one piece of the data, that's 25%. Okay, and so that is just a type of questions we will see about box and whisker plots. Great job, guys. Thanks for watching.